Iadakan's slow striding steps contrast the violent rainfall outside as we follow him into the main classroom. Faint atmospheric light is the only thing besides the flashlight allowing us to see.
Think it'll flood?
Is that even possible here? I feel like I was not adequately prepared for Dinophonia's bipolar-ass weather. Iadakan begins pulling something out of his desk, though it's too dark to see at first. Most likely. Good thing we did away with all the ground floor carpeting. He grimaces at the thought, no doubt alluding to a past year debacle. You can just have him say that. The numbers, Anon, what do they mean? He finally sets out some tiny-ass tea lights on his desk and begins lighting them with an extended lighter. Honestly, do fuck all to improve visibility, but if he weren't here, they may provide a certain ambience. Why is Anon such a fucking horn-ass today? Aren't you thinking about Damien's hot, sexy body right now? You were the one who suggested it. That was a frisky comment. No, even before that frisky comment, man.
Won't those trigger the fire alarms?
They're too small by themselves. We should be fine. I hope so. I don't want to get soaked without even stepping outside. Me neither. Once was enough for today. In any case, I thought we might as well turn this into a camp-out.
Camping? I like the sound of that.
Sure. We don't have a tent or sleeping bags or anything that makes camping fun. Actually, I hardly call it camping at this point. We could always go to the moldy shelter cots from the gym, if you'd like to complete the experience.
Those haven't been replaced.
Ha! Our budget's been in the red for years, Mrs. Halford. Part of why we're being scrutinized right now with the whole audit business. Anyways, we're the only ones here, so I'm not going to go through the hassle. We can just relax for now, and I've called a taxi for the both of you. It'll take a while to be ready. It'll take a while to ready and send out. Those are the code to my hentai stash. Oh no. Olivia, I just want to know, why are you into Yuri? Why aren't you into yaoi like normal girls? So, wait about until then? Still have that homework, don't you? Olivia jolts, opening her mouth to retort before Iadakan. Oh! I'm kidding. Minutes tick by as the storm continues to rage on. I do eventually get my chips, both Cool Ranch and Fritos. Oh, yeah, bid you. Oh, yeah. I'd be jealous. Well, get the chips back as promised to me, but I only get a pinch of chips before Olivia co-opts my harm to... She did... What the fuck, Olivia? Come on. You know that he is just head over heels and you can steal everything from him. The mold in the cod is a free midnight snack? What are you, that Chris Deltarune kid who's eating moss?
All in payment for not letting you die from that fever.
She said as she licks the salty goodness from her lips. Is my wonderful friendship not good enough? She quickly slaps my hand away as it creeps towards the bag once more.
Nope. Try harder.
The bitch. She's lucky Iadakan is here, else I would have held them overhead and she'd be screwed. Seems amused by the display, though, watching the exchange with a chuckle. Olivia pulls the sketchbook out, but can't seem to get the lines right. Iadakan breaks the silence with lively stories of previous semesters. You know, a few years back, someone tried to take his head right off his head. Me too, I've never seen a shovel fly that fast. Well, that sounds like Coach Sully, alright. Are we just playing Wani at this point? Are you gonna do something, like, different? Come on, man. I'm not here to just read Wani. Soon Olivia's... I thought this was supposed to get different over time. Soon Olivia's throwing out her own tales.
You know, I still owe you for ruining your coat last year.
Oh, forget it. I have dozens of them at home anyway. I can relate. I took out my green undershirt, hitting a faint tearing side of the back, as I remember me as parting gift as I ran away. Good thing I got dozens of those at home anyway. Looks at the tags. My dear God, you're enjoying this, aren't you? Didn't know into Yuri, Olivia. The psychic Russian in the corner who looks like Lenin. What? They won with Yuri. Who is this Lenin man? Why does he sound like he has linen? Lenin, could you do my linen? Wait a minute, why isn't streamer mode on? Shouldn't that automatically kick in whenever I open this shit? There, that should keep Discord pings from occurring. Eventually, we all laugh and exchange tales. On my part, I mostly riff and goof off of whatever these two can bring up. Luckily, neither presses me on tales of my past. The energy is kept high. Iadakan either subtly slips me another chips bag and distracts Olivia with some tale or another so I can hawk him down. He's real as fuck for that one. When we do run out of things to say, we all lapse into comfortable silence, with the storm providing white noise for the dark classroom. Ooh, long day today. Normally I'd be home by now, resting. I hope you don't mind if I relax a little here. We'll have given the green light without hesitation. Thanks. He cracks his back against the groove of his chair. Olivia, I've been meaning to say you're so quiet, reserved, isolated even. I've noticed you've been a bit more friendly lately.
I think so.
As always, despite her surprise, she comes to accept Iadakan's words almost immediately. What does it even mean? You have been in my class all 4 years, of course I would. Maybe it was a bit too nosy of me, but it always hurt to see a student hurt themselves like that. When you're in the adult world, you'll see it all the time. People work themselves into a rut and stay there until their days blend into a mush instead of lifting themselves up. Like they have all the time in the world. The father look in his eyes before he returns his attention to her. I'm so proud of you for making an effort, Olivia.
Mr. Iadakan, I don't mean,
Olivia is speechless, of course. That's evident. As for me, I feel guilty of what he's calling out. It's all I've ever wanted before I met the gang here. Just because Olivia is doing better doesn't mean I am. Don't be flustered. Be proud, Olivia. You've managed to form a friendship. His eyes shift to me, and he must be reading my discontent. Don't think I don't appreciate you extending an olive branch, as you had to. As you had to, Anon. Wave a hand at that. No, I didn't do anything, Mr. Iadakan. Oh, squalls are over. You can drop the formalities. Trent, then? Well, let's say you can drop Mr. Either way, it's not much to thank me for, Iadakan. I hardly see why not. As far as I'm concerned, both of your recent developments coincide with your friendship. One I humbly took part in, if you remember. Life can be harsh on your own, and it can't always be done solo. It helps to find company that can ease it. Oh! My stomach's having fun today.
Really?
Olivia seems to be taking every word to heart. Absolutely! More than you can imagine. He leans forward to place a hand gently on each of ours. Olivia winces, instantly retracting her hand as he touches her wrist. Shit. Olivia? Are you good?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just hurt a little. It all was fine before, though.
Isn't that your drawing hand?
It was feeling better. I even peeled those lamb turkeys.
Ah, the print enlarges. Yes, brilliant. Student's been overworking herself and I give her extra physical work. What was I thinking? What were you thinking? Iadakan seems to ignore her rationalizations. I had no idea how bad it was. You need to take care of yourself, Olivia. If anything were to happen, I know you'd be completely beside yourself.
No!
I know you were doing extra work, but how did you even get this bad?
There was a lot of extra work. Whole groups, assignments, on top of my own. Oh, for the last 3 weeks, basically on my free time.
Christ, how could I have missed that? In tiny moments flash before my eyes. The roughest sketches she's been sending. The fact that she's been referring a non-dominant hand to everything else. The times where she'd grab and flex her hand, drawing hand randomly. You know, in a really good story that has some time to breathe, you would use these and you would like spread them out and you, the reader, can figure it out. But nope.
It was great practice, at least I'm telling myself.
She tries and fails to hide her wincing as Iadakan carefully tests her arm. It's then that she finally admits to herself and to us.
Never would have made it to graduation.
All because of that painting you switched. Well, you know, but that... Hold up. That painting has nothing to do with this. Olivia did this because Anon was being blackmailed. The painting switching isn't... Hold up. I was about to say this chapter's fine enough that I'll go on. Is the author that fucking stupid that he doesn't understand that this has to do with the contest? And that... I'm kind of low-key losing my mind here right now. Can someone in chat please tell me that this isn't as stupid as it looks? Because if it is as stupid as it looks, I'm going to lose my shit. Because at this point, there's copy pasting, right? And then there's like you copy pasted it. What? Oh. Someone in chat, please tell me this isn't as stupid as it looks. And I'm stupid. Please tell me I'm stupid. Please tell me I'm the stupid one. Please. 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 Like, I get it that it still makes sense for Olivia to suffer from this, right? I still get that that Olivia still suffers on a personal level. But the connection is so much more tenuous, and it... So he makes his. So this guy finally writes his own fucking scenes and puts some twists in that are Anon specific. Not only does Anon barely engage with it in a meaningful capacity, but he. Oh my god. Please tell me that I'm being stupid here. Please give me a better explanation so I can just move on without feeling. Oh my god. Please. Please. I'm going to say a wow wow otherwise. Anon's nose is still bleeding. It sure is. He also almost lost a tooth. Senator, please. Senator, please save me. Senator, please save me. Hands and knees, I beg of you, please. I do not deserve this. I will cry. Da, 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 da. Am I that upset? Kinda. Cause like this is why I read a fic, right? Is I want it to mix things up, to put things in new perspectives, to be a little excited, a little sexy, a little different. And this is like the polar opposite, where it's like you've changed so many things. Like Anon isn't Inko. They would not take the same actions and follow the same plot because they're not the same person. You've changed several core bits of events, and you're just gonna stick to the script anyway. At that point, I'm like, my man, what are we even doing here? What are we doing here? Why do you show up to work if you're not gonna do anything, right? I'm tempted to read this person's vibe check on like, oh man, it's what am I looking at here? What is this? The prestige clashes of the complete warrior. Oh shit. Neat. No, Senator. She's blackmailing Olivia because she needs someone to do her art homework. So it never made sense to blackmail Anon, which is kind of weird, all things considered. It's like a really weird turnaround of all things. You know what? I think I'm gonna look this shit up. I think I'm gonna look these up. I think I'm just gonna take a hot minute here while I let this sink in my head because I need this to purge from my system. So I'm gonna pull up the Complete Warrior PDF and shh, don't ask where I got it. I don't even have it. I'm just lying. I'm lying to you. What do we got here? We got the Cavalier. I don't want that. The Dark Hunter and the Darkwood Stalker. This guy's like, hey, these are basically the same fucking class. So what do we get out of the Dark Hunter? Just gonna put these side by side. So the Darkwood Stalker, the Dark Hunter is 5 levels. Base attack bonus goes up by 1. Fort bonus goes up by half. It's a bad save too. A lot of prestige classes tend to do that. Ref save is strong. So weak means it goes up by 1 per several levels, I think. Is that really how they go? Don't prestige classes have different progressions for these? Whatever. So level 5 is plus 5. Then for the saves, plus 1, plus 4, plus 1. You get improved stone cutting, enhanced dark vision, sneak attack, plus 1d6, and stone's hue and death attack, which I'm going to imagine is like the capacity to hide and everything else. Stone's hue is coloration, yep. For all these abilities, it feels like he should also be a dwarf. Should you be a dwarf? Oh, it increases the bonus if you're a dwarf. Death attack. Oh, that's the thing the assassins get. What about the Dark Wood Stalker? Ancient foe. That's just a rogue. That's just a ranger. Uncanny dodge. That's a rogue thing. Sneak attack. Ancient foe. Dark vision. Uncanny. No, that's lame. It's just a little rogue with a little ranger. A little sprinkle of A, a little sprinkle of B. It's an elven thing. Just the other was a dwarven thing. All right, back. Darkwood Hunter and Dark Hunter. It's so Darkwood Stalker and the Dark Hunter. Close to them both are how worthless they are. They are melee combatants first. They want to be good at stealth and reward that stealth with combat action to make you better at stealth. Make you better from stealth. Using the time on version of sneak attack. You know what else gets sneak attack? The rogue. Now the rogue is a standard class that doesn't need prestige class requirements. It's also really good at it. In fact, taking rogue and specializing to make it tougher and better melee will yield a version of both of these prestige. Ugh, I hate it when that happens. The Darkwood Stalker brings very specific combat ability, which is bad. It grants death attack, which is terrible since it requires 3 rounds of turns of anticipation. Only targets orcs. Only targets orcs? And gives a save or die? Yeah. 3.5 is fucking gaminess, man. Its ability's upside is probably not as good as 3 multi-turn attacks, and it's your capstone for don't bother! When you get it, Wizards have already access to a spell that could save or die any target, even if it's not an orc, and they get it at level 9! Yeah, man, magic users, it's fucking cracked. But that's not what D&D is about. That's the real problem. So, what is this? Death attack? If it succeeds, it's just a normal sneak attack. Oh, that's just terrible. Just fucking beat his ass, man. Okay, I'm gonna read the chat in a bit, but I think I'm gonna go and take a quick break, clear my head, eat some chips. No, do it the Anon way. We'll be back in a hot minute. Okay, so we're back. All right. Okay, so I've not calmed down. I'm sorry to tell you, I've not calmed down. I'm still pretty angry. So let me take you on a journey here. We just talked about the blackmail that's happening between them and Mia, which has nothing to do with this. And he's like, all because of that painting you switched, which makes sense in the original game, because in the original game, the whole point is that Inko, the painting is the blackmail. So that's out of the window. Okay, fair enough. Maybe Iadakan's talking about something bigger. Maybe that's it. We'll give it a little bit of time. Wait, you knew about that? Of course I did. I had my suspicions at the time, but Olivia confirmed them both when you came into my classroom, so she shares a great deal with me, and I wouldn't have just let go of what had you two out of all out. She shares a great deal with me, and I wouldn't have just let go of what had you two all out of. Jesus Christ, rewrite that sentence. Oh shit. I do remember asking to tell him later now. Later now, great. Yeah, right. He shakes his hand and releases Olivia's hand. But no, it goes further than that. That painting entry was all because of your culminating pain over the last 4 years. Or because of that first contest entry hanging in as a reminder in the gala. Well, first venture into the art world, and it went how it did. Olivia tries flexing her hand, and I find myself gesturing with my own hands. Give it with my own hand a good. And I find myself gesturing with my own hand a good stretch to try. God damn it! Years of gaming. Surprised I don't have arthritis. No, man, you're gonna get that later. You're gonna get that later. I boldly have to take her fingers in hand myself to demonstrate what she accepts. You want that painting? It's a genuinely good piece, Olivia. I thought so too. See, I've told you so many times. Perhaps countless others have too. Olivia manages a small, timid nod as she looks up at him. He takes a moment to gather his thoughts again. Horrible chain of events. One I've bared witness to all these years. Watched as it's taken your friends and your self-worth. That enthusiastic smile when you first came into my class. Now it's ruining your body. That, again, these are related in like the rough emotional sense, but like in the original story, it works because it's actually connected. Like, we're just gonna forget that Anon's technically the subject here. He stands and turns away, covering his eyes with a hand. And I really just sat here and watched it. After just seeing how people act. Like, the point of the contest being the centerpiece of the blackmail and connecting to this tissue is because it's the whole through line of Olivia's life and, to an extent, Inko's naivete. Of being a fucking... Iadakan, you okay, man? I know he's still my teacher, but this has him all sorts of torn up. He's been nothing but kind and understanding. Stop. Don't butt this twice. Seems like a breaking point. Super. Better than that. Even in fact, I've made my mind up about something. There's a scary resolve written on his face as he speaks. Don't take her to the gala, please. There's something I want you two to see. I can't even get a full syllable out before he cuts me off. No words, just do it, please.
What do you want to show us?
Something you should have seen a long time ago. It was back in 1914, 50, 45. What a year, what a year. He takes off ahead of us, moving faster than I thankfully thought was possible of him. My shoes and the bottom of my jeans are soaked clean through as I push Olivia through the flooded halls. Sounds like we're in a cave, the water radically changing the acoustics, and sporadic drops here and there really sell the illusion. Olivia's able to tuck her legs up onto her seat and places her head onto her knees. Every now and then, we'll see a swirling maelstrom in the water, a drain trying and failing to expel the floodwaters. Iadakan has already taken off ahead of us with the only flashlight. Strangely enough, it's as though he's unimpeded by the water in a way. It's not that deep, is it? How deep is it? Probably like ankles, not even knees. Which, like, yeah, that gets in the way, but that shouldn't meaningfully slow you down. It's not enough to get you that half-speed debuff. Thankfully, Olivia pulls out her phone to use the flashlight as we enter the darkened cavern that is the atrium. Now and then a bolt of lightning will illuminate our surroundings for a split second with a white-hot flash. Aren't white flashes usually kind of cool, though? Because, heavy white lights tend to be more associated with the ultraviolet part of the spectrum. Whatever. I'm talking shit. So it's like the part with the murderer. Listen, I know that's the impression everyone got from that fucking thing. Whatever.
Shut up, there's no murderer!
Olivia Yo whispers at me as if she's trying to convince herself. I have a hell of a time pushing her chair through the water as we make our way towards the gala via the main offices. It's like we're wading through molasses. How the fuck did the slowpoke like Iadakan make it through no trouble? I stop once we reach a familiar display case. Well, here we are. I get an odd sort of nostalgia as Olivia shines her light upon that painting. Why upon? Why are you being so dramatic? I haven't been here in weeks at this point, the last time being the day under that umbrella, when I had the only big brain moment I'll ever get. It's a good piece. It really is a shame that she never saw it that way. Waves of water slide off the glass ceiling as the storm clouds block out all natural lighting. It's been that way for a while, man. She described it like it's something novel, save for the occasional thunderbolt. The gala hall is doing a better job of draining out the excess water. Now we find ourselves in slippery tile. No Iadakan, though. Maybe he lost steam, and we passed him up in the darkness? So note the noise in the halls besides us, and the width, though. Something is closing in, red dots swaying back and forth, marking whatever the source of the noise is. When it gets closer, a small part in the clouds above allows a blue light to filter in, backlighting the figures. Why are you being like this, man? It's Iadakan, fire axe thrown over his shoulder and a cigarette hanging from his beak. I want to let out some quip to Olivia about being wrong about the murderer, but aside from the bad taste in joke, I'm just confounded at what he's doing. Iadakan, what's up with the axe? An exhalation of smoke, and he kicks something aside, laying it up against the display case. It's Olivia's painting that she put in my name. These are the ones, right? I squint at the man, trying to discern what the hell he's getting at. His eyes are trained on Olivia, who seems just as paralyzed as me. She's able to shakily nod. Iadakan breathes deep, turning to the offending paintings. Iadakan, what What you doing with that axe?